Hello everyone, I am host Juan Garcia and today I will be presenting my pitch project proposal. I apologize for the lack of visuals ahead, but let's get to it. The title of the game is Terror on Antiquuesterr. Antiquuesterr is this fictional country that is explored through a first-person shooter, a simultaneous open world where interactions can be made between people and the environment. Things can be collected, crafted, and sold that can help the player manage the purpose of the game. The background of the game is this internal boiling point within the country of Antiquuesterr, where the middle class and poor are essentially being pinned against by their very own government. The rich and powerful are seizing their power and prestige in order to shape the country for themselves. The reason why they're able to do this so successfully in part of the game is due to the overwhelming support of the United States, where they supply both money and weapons. The player starts off as a lower middle class child overhearing their parents argue about escaping the country at that instance. Chaos erupts at the moment the door is open, which eventually leads the player being taken away from their parents, which fuels hatred for the system set in place in the country. Our custom-named protagonist has to eventually find a way to disrupt the power structure set in place in order to liberate the poor and middle class from genocide. The intended audience systems for this game is Xbox One, PS4, PS5, PC, and or Mac, alongside a target audience of those who are 17 plus because the game does consist of an ESRB rating of M for mature, since blood, death, and overall destruction of warfare via social classes is explored. The characters are the player as a custom-named protagonist with the nickname Spez, which means hope, counteracting the name of the protagonist. There are several enemies of dogs, soldiers, and police. And the more specific political enemies are the top 7 general representatives: Ira, Superbia, Gula, Luxuria, Envidia, Avertia, and Asedia, with the main antagonist of Despertio at top. These are the ones who hold the power, wealth, and prestige that are inflicting literal genocide onto these people. The two biggest pinpoints aimed to be explored and derived within the game are identification and ideology, since they really go hand in hand with one another. The more identification between the player and the avatar, the higher the R of being one. Because of this, more engagement and thus a higher likelihood of shared produced sentiment that the underlying ideologies inflict. These ideologies highlight disagreement and destabilization of police state, class disparities, anti-militarization of police, dangers of capitalism, and highlighting the United States as an imperialist superpower. Because there is this additional interactivity in determining the destiny of the oppressor, the player is actively combating the system, which in turn engage people into real life in order to take their stance. Thank you and have a great one.